Where does my business belong? Demarcation may hold the answer. How many business people have opened businesses, but they are not sure in terms of the demarcation that in which sector and even in terms of the bargaining councils does their business belong, right? So unsure whether your business falls under a bargaining council and which bargaining council. Demarcation is not a term commonly heard in everyday conversation. Yet it can be beneficial to businesses if it applies to them. The purpose of this article and the video that I'm providing here, it is to provide a simple understanding of what a demarcation dispute entails and how such a dispute is handled. This is important because demarcation disputes differ significantly from other CCMA disputes. So to understand how a demarcation dispute arises, let us start with its definition. According to the CCMA, a demarcation is a ruling made by a CCMA commissioner determining whether an employer, employee, or class of employees is engaged or employed in a particular sector. This ruling determines whether the employers or employer and employees involved fall under the jurisdiction of the bargaining council regulating that sector. In simple terms, if a company believes that the nature of its business or part of it does not fall under the scope of a particular bargaining council or bargaining council's main collective agreement, it may apply for demarcation dispute. Certain businesses naturally fall under specific bargaining councils due to the nature of their operations. For example, a company operating in the motor industry falls under MIPCO, which is the Motor Industry Bargaining Council. However, it is essential to determine whether the actual nature and activities of your business truly fall within the scope of that bargaining council. This is where a demarcation dispute becomes relevant. When an employer considers a demarcation dispute, the starting point is section 62 of the Labor Relations Act, the LRA. This section outlines the procedure for demarcation and the manner in which the CCMA handles such disputes. Like any other dispute, the process begins where the employer refers the matter to the CCMA. The employer must complete the LRA Form 3.23 and serve it on both bargaining councils and the CCMA. This form is available on the CCMA's website or it can be requested via email. The following information must be included on the LRA Form 3.23. Number 1, the employer's details. Number 2, the details of the other party to the dispute. 3, the details of the industry, area, or sector involved in the application. 4, the primary issues in dispute. 5, the demarcation being sought. There is no time limit for referring a demarcation dispute. This means whether an employer has received a compliance order to join a bargaining council already belongs to one, they may still refer a demarcation dispute to the CCMA. A demarcation dispute is generally a lengthy and technical process consisting of several stages. Number 1, in limine process, which is conciliation. The process begins with an limine or conciliation hearing, where both parties briefly present their cases to the commissioner and submit preliminary evidence of the record in order to reach an agreement. The commissioner's role in this stage is to help the parties understand whether the employer's operations fall within the scope of the relevant bargaining council. If the parties cannot reach an agreement, the commissioner will issue a ruling ordering an inspection in loco. Step number 2, the inspection in loco. At this stage, the commissioner and representatives from both parties visit the employer's premises. An agent from the bargaining council will interview the employer and employees to determine whether the business activities and nature fall within the bargaining council scope. The commissioner may also ask clarifying questions. If the parties reach an agreement, during this stage, a settlement agreement is signed. If no agreement is reached, the employer's representative prepares an inspection report and the matter proceeds for arbitration. Step number 3, arbitration. The final stage is arbitration, where both parties present their evidence and witnesses before the commissioner. Based on the evidence, the commissioner will issue an arbitration award that determines the outcome of the dispute at the CCMA. A demarcation dispute can temporarily halt other proceedings, such as an enforcement process initiated by a bargaining council. This is because the dispute challenges whether the employer falls within the jurisdiction of that specific bargaining council. Consequently, the enforcement process is suspended until the demarcation dispute has been resolved. The continuation of the enforcement process then becomes dependent on the CCMA's arbitration award in respect of the demarcation dispute. It is important to know that each demarcation proceeding is assessed on its own merits. Given the technical and complex nature of demarcation disputes, it is strongly recommended that employers involve their employers' organizations or qualified labor relations specialists to ensure the process is correctly handled. Here are the tips. Tip number 1, get expert guidance early. Demarcation disputes are highly technical and fact-specific. Before referring a dispute, employers should consult their employers' organizations or labor law specialists. Expert guidance can help structure the application correctly and avoid procedural mistakes and ensure the evidence accurately reflects the true nature of the business. Tip number 2, document your business activities clearly, because demarcation decisions hinge on the business actual activities, not just what appears on the CIPC documents or company descriptions. Employers should maintain detailed up-to-date documentation of operations, processes, and job functions. This evidence is crucial during inspections, conciliation, and arbitration, and it strengthens the employer's case when demonstrating whether the business does or does not fall within a bargaining council's scope. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Tebos Khosana. The name of the platform is the Labor Guide with Tebos Khosana. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and join to become a member. Thank you very much.